Aging is often blamed on time. People say, "I'm getting old," as if aging is a single switch that flips one day, and suddenly the body stiffens, joints ache, and movement becomes limited. But aging is not just the passing of years. It is the accumulation of daily habits. And one of the quietest, most underestimated habits that shapes how we age is stretching, or the complete lack of it. Stretching is rarely dramatic. It doesn't burn like intense workouts. It doesn't give instant visual results like muscle growth or fat loss. It happens quietly, often in the background of life. Yet its impact compounds slowly, invisibly, and powerfully. Over time, stretching can be the difference between a body that continues to move freely into older age and one that feels locked, fragile, and prematurely worn down. To understand the true aging difference between stretching daily and not stretching at all, we have to look beyond flexibility alone. We have to explore how the body adapts, how tissues change, how posture shifts, how movement patterns harden, and how pain gradually becomes normal for some people, but not for others. The human body is designed to move. Muscles are meant to contract and lengthen. Joints are designed to glide through full ranges of motion. Fascia, the connective tissue wrapping every muscle and organ, thrives on movement and elasticity. When we stretch, we remind the body of these natural ranges. When we don't, the body adapts by shortening, stiffening, and protecting itself through restriction. In youth, this difference is hard to notice. A teenager or young adult can skip stretching entirely and still move well. Their tissues are hydrated, elastic, and forgiving. Mistakes are absorbed easily. Tightness resolves overnight, pain disappears quickly. This is why many people assume stretching is optional. They believe flexibility is genetic, or that stiffness only comes later as an unavoidable part of aging. But what actually happens is far more subtle and far more important. When a person does not stretch, muscles gradually adapt to the positions they spend the most time in. Sitting shortens the hip flexors. Looking down at a phone tightens the neck and chest. Long hours at a desk weaken the glutes and stiffen the lower back. Over time, these adaptations become permanent unless actively reversed. The body always chooses efficiency over balance. It keeps what it uses and discards what it doesn't. Daily stretching interrupts this process. It sends a signal to the nervous system that full movement is still required. It preserves joint range. It keeps muscles long and responsive. It maintains tissue hydration and elasticity. It doesn't stop aging, but it changes how aging expresses itself. By the time people reach their 30s, the split begins to appear. Those who never stretch often notice small but persistent stiffness. Their lower back feels tight in the morning. Their shoulders feel restricted overhead. Their hamstrings pull when bending forward. None of this feels serious yet. It's often dismissed as normal, but normal does not mean inevitable. In contrast, those who stretch daily often feel a different kind of body awareness. They notice tension earlier. They release it faster. They recover more quickly from workouts, long days, or stress. Their movement feels smoother, not because they are stronger, but because their joints and tissues are not fighting them. As the years progress, this gap widens. In the 40s and 50s, the body's natural production of collagen changes. Tissues become less hydrated. Muscles lose elasticity faster if they are not challenged through full ranges of motion. Joints begin to feel compressed instead of fluid. This is where daily stretching becomes less of a bonus and more of a protective mechanism. For someone who does not stretch, these decades often bring chronic stiffness. Movements that were once effortless require warming up. Turning the neck fully becomes uncomfortable. Reaching behind the back feels impossible. Getting up from the floor becomes awkward. Pain becomes a background presence, manageable, but constant. For someone who stretches daily, aging still happens, but differently. They may feel tightness, but it resolves with movement. Their joints retain more freedom. Their posture remains more upright. Their gait stays smoother. They are not immune to discomfort, but they are far less likely to accept it as permanent. Stretching affects posture in ways most people never consider. When muscles shorten over time, they pull the skeleton out of alignment. Tight hip flexors tilt the pelvis forward, compressing the lower spine. Tight chest muscles round the shoulders and collapse the upper back. Tight calves alter walking mechanics and knee stress. These postural changes age the body visually and functionally. A person who does not stretch often appears older not because of wrinkles, but because of how they move. Their steps are shorter. Their spine is less mobile. Their movements look guarded. Their body language communicates limitation. A person who stretches daily often moves with ease well beyond what their age suggests. Their posture remains open. Their spine rotates freely. Their stride remains confident. They appear younger because their body still expresses range, not restriction. One of the most profound differences between stretching and not stretching shows up in pain. Chronic pain is rarely caused by one injury. It is often the result of years of tension, imbalance, and restricted movement. Tight muscles overload joints. Restricted joints force compensation elsewhere. Compensation creates strain. Over time, the nervous system learns pain as a default response. Stretching interrupts this cycle. It reduces unnecessary muscle tension. It restores balance between opposing muscle groups. It improves circulation and oxygen delivery. It calms the nervous system. Stretching is not just mechanical, it is neurological. When you stretch, you tell the brain that it is safe to relax. People who stretch daily tend to experience pain differently. They don't panic when tightness appears. They address it early. They understand their bodies. Pain becomes information, not a threat. In contrast, those who never stretch often wait until pain forces them to stop moving. By then, the issue is harder to reverse. Another aging difference appears in recovery. Recovery is not just for athletes. Every day stresses the body. Long walks, lifting groceries, carrying children, sitting for hours, sleeping in awkward positions. A flexible body recovers faster because tissues are resilient. A stiff body holds on to tension. Daily stretching improves circulation and lymphatic flow. It helps remove metabolic waste from muscles. It restores normal length to tissues that have been under constant load. Over decades, this translates into faster recovery from injuries, fewer setbacks, and greater confidence in movement. Balance is another overlooked factor. As people age, falls become one of the greatest threats to independence. Balance is not just about strength. It depends heavily on joint mobility and proprioception. Tight ankles reduce stability. Stiff hips limit corrective movements. Restricted spines reduce the body's ability to adapt to sudden changes. Stretching maintains these ranges. It keeps joints responsive. It preserves the body's ability to adjust quickly. People who stretch daily are not just more flexible, they are safer movers. There is also a psychological aging difference. Stretching creates daily moments of awareness and care. It slows the mind. It connects breathing with movement. Over time, this builds a relationship with the body rather than an adversarial one. Aging feels less like a loss and more like a process to be managed with intention. People who never stretch often feel betrayed by their bodies as they age. Movement feels unpredictable. Pain feels unfair. Limitations feel sudden, even though they developed gradually. This creates fear around movement, which accelerates decline. Stretching daily builds confidence. It reinforces the idea that the body can change, adapt, and improve at any age. This mindset alone can dramatically alter how a person ages. Importantly, stretching does not require intensity to be effective. Gentle, consistent stretching has a far greater impact than aggressive stretching done occasionally. Aging responds to consistency, not extremes. 5 to 10 minutes a day, practiced over years, reshapes the body more profoundly than one intense session per week. One of the greatest myths about stretching is that it's only for athletes or yoga practitioners. In reality, stretching is most valuable for people who live sedentary lives. The less varied your movement, the more essential stretching becomes. As people move into their 60s, 70s, and beyond, the contrast becomes undeniable. Those who never stretched often struggle with basic movements, getting in and out of chairs, climbing stairs, turning to look behind them, reaching overhead. These limitations reduce independence and confidence. Those who stretch daily still experience aging, but they retain options. They can modify movements instead of avoiding them. They adapt instead of withdrawing. Their world remains physically larger. Stretching does not prevent aging. It prevents unnecessary aging. It does not stop time. It changes how time expresses itself in the body. The difference between stretching daily and not stretching is not measured in how far you can touch your toes. It is measured in how freely you can live decades later. A body that stretches daily remains curious. It explores ranges. it stays responsive. A body that never stretches becomes defensive. It tightens. It restricts. Aging is inevitable. Stiffness is not. In the end, stretching is not about flexibility. It is about preserving choice. The choice to move without fear. The choice to stay independent. The choice to age with dignity, confidence, and capability. And that difference, built quietly day by day, becomes impossible to ignore with time. One day, without realizing it, you'll perform a movement for the last time you stand up from the floor without thinking, the last time you turn your head freely, the last time you reach overhead without pain. Aging doesn't take these abilities all at once, it takes them quietly, one range of motion at a time. Stretching doesn't make you younger, but it helps protect the small freedoms that define independence. A few minutes a day may feel insignificant now, but years from today, your body will remember the choices you made. If this video helped you see aging differently, take a second to like it so more people can hear this message. Share it with someone you care about, because the people we love deserve to age with strength and freedom. And if you want more videos that help you move better, feel better, and age with confidence, subscribe to the channel. Your future body will thank you for it.